Why would anyone start a 4th of July party at the crack of dawn?
It's 10 o'clock, Ross.
All right, half past a crack.
Well, you know how Dad gets when he's excited about something.
Yeah, and I still don't know why we just didn't, tell Ed that we were invited here or tell Roger that we were invited to Ed's.
Of course you know why. Dad is competing with Ed and vice versa. It's our duty to lie through our teeth. It's our price we pay for being the fun couple.
Help! There's a mad patriot loose in my kitchen.
Oh.
You are just in time for some hot off the stove œufs du diable à Roger.
Deviled eggs.
Oh, well, I think that I'll just start out with a little coffee, okay?
Gosh, Dad, there's so much food here. You look like you've got enough for about 50 people.
Well, I just hope we've got enough. Your mom and I invited the entire staff of WSPR and the Journal. Do you realize, you two, that this is our first real family holiday in... ever?
Blake, I knew it. I knew that this was going to be strange, but I certainly didn't expect Payacha, you know what I mean? Your father is headed for a fall. I mean, who's going to want to spend the holiday here?
Oh, it's only past noon. There's plenty of time for people to show up.
And what? I want you to know that I'm taking no pleasure in this. In fact, I feel just a little sorry for Raj.
Okay, change of plans due to an invasion of some C-47 size horseflies, which means we're going to have to set up in here, which means we need more chairs. How are we going to fit everybody in here?
Well, Roger, I think that we have enough for now. I mean, we can always get more if we need them later, right?
Mom, I think you're out of milk. I think we're going to need some for the coffee.
It's impossible. I have lots of milk.
No problem. I will go to the store and I'll grab some. Okay? It's all right. 45 minutes. Okay.
Oh. Yes, I love you too, huh?
Oh, sweetie, while you're at it, I think why don't we get a little more ice? 4 bags should do it.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Time to check the charcoal.
I know what you're thinking. The line I'm taking is that we sent the invitations out too late.
Okay. Actually, what I was thinking is that he never stops trying to be Ed Bauer, does he?
What do you mean? He loves his family. He wants everybody to be happy. Why does that make him a copycat?
Yeah, he does love his family. Sorry, it's a stupid thing to say.
Look who I just found hanging around outside.
Bonnie.
Bonnie, you know Ross Myler, don't you?
Of course she does. Hi, Bonnie.
Hi,
Nice to
how are
see you.
you?
Sit, all right? Let
And
me
take a hat.
Lemonade.
Thanks.
Okay. The charcoal is peaking as we speak, so the burning question on everybody's lips should be, how much chicken breast and chili dog stuff can you people eat?
Hi.
Oh, Lillian. What do you...
No, I was just asking myself the same question. What am I doing here? I haven't been invited to this house for over a year and a half, and I'm not resentful. I'm just feeling a little nervous.
Oh, don't be. This is just the same old party. Same kids splashing, bugs biting, burgers cooking.
No, but it's not going to be quite the same this year, is it?
You know, you're very welcome here.
Hi.
Hi. So, what is the deal? You ask for seconds and then you take off. What's going on?
Well, you know, I saw the time, and I'm just wondering where Ross is. I mean, I figured, well, maybe he's at the office or something and got, I don't know, lost track of his time. So I'm just going to go check on him, okay?
Well, I love it. Here, have one of these.
Oh, did Bonnie get the deviled eggs?
What? I gave her the whole thing, soup to
good.
nuts in a
Good,
doggy
good.
bag.
How you doing?
Oh, sure.
Fine. Well, another chili dog, Ross?
No, I think I'll wait for a few minutes.
You sure not want to tide you over till Chrissy gets back?
No, I gotta get my second wind here.
You sure now?
I'm sure.
Okay. All right, how about you, Sid?
Actually, Roger, I have to get going.
But you just got here.
Well, listen, it was good of you to invite me over. You know, I must admit I was surprised when I opened up the envelope.
Well, I tell you the truth, I was surprised that you accepted. You did go to some effort to keep me from my grandson.
Oh, nothing personal. You know, I have no regrets. I think that the final decision was eminently fair.
Yeah, well, in my experience, lawyers rarely have regrets. I think it's part of your training.
You two gonna quarrel? You want to take it outside with the horseflies?
You know, I admire people who speak their mind, Roger.
Why, thank you. I do, too.
Hey, listen, they only had one bag of ice left.
Oh.
So. Hi, Sid.
Blake?
Sorry it took so long, but I had to go all the way across town to find a store that was open.
Listen, I had a great time.
Well, thanks for coming.
Oh, it's no problem. My pleasure.
Law books. You need them right away, don't you, Sid? I'm going to just pop over to the office, pick up some law books for Sidney here, and I'll be right back, okay?
Chili dog for the road?
No, it's so hard to drive with a chili dog.
Okay.
Take care. I'll see you in a minute.
Hurry back.
Bye, honey.
Okay, Chrissy, come and get 'em. And I mean dig in, make every second count, because these chili dogs are the best, if I do say so myself. And the chicken breasts are magnifique. In fact, this whole evening is wonderful.
You're not sorry more people didn't show?
Oh, well, I wish Tangy didn't have to bartend, but listen, you know, 4 people already have shown up, and since we had to come inside, it's probably just as well. Important thing is the 3 of us are together.
4. Ross is part of our family now, Dad.
Hey, listen, any guy that likes my chili gotta have a few saving graces.
Well, I'm back. Sorry I'm late.
Well, you're just in time, Ross, for a true sit-down family dinner.
Hey, honey.
That nice. Oh, wait, I thought this was just gonna be... Could you see who that is? All right, 1, 2,
Oh.
3, 4.
Hi.
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 I was not at Ed's, okay?
Okay. Hi, I'm sorry. I hope it's not too late for Peter and I to be stopping by.
Oh, honey, you couldn't have timed it more perfectly. Thank you, Bridget.
Hi. For a minute. There you go. There you go, Peter.
Boy, do I have some good food for you.
Come on, let's all sit down.
I'd like everybody to get their glasses filled, and we can drink to not just a new Thorpe family tradition, but a new Thorpe family. Does that look good? Would you like one of those?
Vanessa?
Thanks.
Well, maybe we could bring them jackknives so they could whittle together.
No, I don't think passing out sharp instruments is a very wise idea.
Why? They look so peaceful.
That's because we can't hear what they're saying.
Well, I think I'll go help with the dishes.
Oh, sit. Holly and Chrissy are doing just fine.
Roger, this is the 90s. I don't think the ladies appreciate getting KP duty while the men are out enjoying brandy and cigars.
No! Reminds me, I have a few Cubans tucked away in my desk.
Cigars or actual people?
You're quite a comedian.
Could they actually be enjoying themselves?
Stranger things have happened.
No way, not in my lifetime. No, this is turning out to be quite a day.
Speaking of which, how were things at the old Bauer BBQ? You think I didn't realize where you were heading to when you went off to get the milk? So how was it?
You nearly took my hand off, Roger.
Hey, I saved you from a gigantic horsefly. They do bite, you know.
Yeah, I know. Certain creatures just can't help themselves.
So, how are things in the law business? You're still general counsel for Spaulding, I guess.
Yep, I'm still there.
You never hear from them these days, you know? I mean, when I ran that place, we made some news, but... I mean, is Alexandra finally running the old joint into the ground?
They're still there. How long is it now?
32 minutes. I'm starting to get worried.
If there would have been bloodshed, we would have heard the screams.
Not if they poisoned each other. I mean, they could be sitting there waiting for rigor mortis to set in or something.
Blake, you're a very macabre child.
Like mother, like daughter.
Listen, I ask you a simple question and you accuse me of interrogating you, please. Let me tell you something. I'm not a kind of a porch hanger-outer any more than you are. I'm doing this for one reason, and one reason only, and that's because Chrissy likes it. See, she wants it. She wants holiday dinners and family cheer. And if you were any kind of decent husband, you would be falling all over yourself to give it to her.
What do you think why do you think I'm here? Why do you think I choked down your chili? Because I liked it?
What the hell's wrong with my chili?
It's inedible. It's too hot.
Oh, it's too hot.
Too hot.
Too hot. Listen, let me tell you something. That is an authentic Oaxacan recipe. It's handed down for generations and generations. Hold still.
Ah! Roger, what is the matter with you? I told you to stop that.
Listen,
Everything okay?
Dandy.
Fine.
Why don't you come inside? We're getting lonesome for you.
Hello? No, there's no Nick Spaulding here. No, that's what I'm trying to say. This is not Nick Spaulding's office.
Honey, let me take that. It's probably for me. Hello? Could you please hold on one moment, please? It's long distance overseas, as you can probably tell.
But for Nick Spaulding? Why is he calling?
Oh, well, you know, Nick and I share an office now, and I guess the call came into the office, and being the holiday, it was forwarded over here automatically
That's
by
probably what
mistake.
happened. So what I'm going to do is get Nick's home number and pass it along.
Meanwhile,
to
I'll show our guests to the door.
Great.
I thought we were going to watch the fireworks together.
Well, we can't see him from here. I thought we'd probably meet over at Roosevelt Park, maybe an hour.
Oh, I'm sorry. Please don't hang up.
Okay. I'll call you about the fireworks, and thanks for coming, and safe home. Okay.
Okay.
Thanks again. Bye-bye.
Oh, this is a fantastic idea. I haven't done this in ages. Gone to the beach to watch the sunset. You should have brought a picnic.
Oh, please, honey, no food, all right? Between the Bauer BBQ and your father's chili dogs, I'm never going to eat again.
It was pretty funny, though. Watching him run around trying to play with paper clothes.
Funny was not the word that sprang to my mind.
Oh, you guys looked like you were having some fun out there, sitting in your little rocking chairs. Weren't you? Ross, what were you talking about all that time?
You, honey. About how beautiful and wonderful you are, and in light of that, our differences pale into insignificance.
Yeah, right.
Don't you expect miracles, okay, between Roger and myself? Look at it this way. We made it through one holiday. We'll most likely make it through future holidays. Barring any other strange phone calls from the Far East.
Oh, that was weird, wasn't it? Mom and Dad rushed us out of there like we were the Hong Kong flu or something. I don't think it's anything to worry about, though, do you? Oh, you do, don't you? What do you think? Dad's scheming to take over the world or something?
Could we not talk about your father for about 5 minutes?
Okay. But you know, Mom was the one who answered the phone, so how bad can it be? I mean, if it were one of his schemes, she just wouldn't get involved. I mean, she doesn't do that.
Hey, Ross, how are you? Hi, Blake.
Hi. Boy, it looks like you're having a party.
Well, I think our table is ready, Blake. Excuse us. I don't think I've ever seen you wear that locket before.
No, you haven't. Jenna gave it to me.
No, that was kind of.
It's pretty, isn't it? But I don't really think it goes with what I'm wearing.
Take it off. Is that you?
I just remembered to take your phone call. Excuse me.
You know something, honey? I used to think that Vanessa Lewis was a class act, but not anymore. She snubbed you, Ross.
What do you feel like having for dinner tonight?
A little respect, maybe. You think that's too much to ask for?
Why don't you try the salmon instead?
I'm serious, Ross. It's not like she didn't see you there. You were standing right in front of her, and then she turned up her regal nose of hers and pretended you didn't even exist.
Blake.
You don't deserve that, Ross.
Honey, that's enough.
Well, you don't, and don't tell me that it didn't bother you, because I know it did.
How about another vat of wine?
No, I should not if I'm going to drive.
That reminds me, where's your car?
A car?
Yeah, the other day I came home for lunch and, you sort of took off. I haven't seen your car since.
Oh, my car.
We get a table with an echo?
It had a little problem.
Oh, honey, the air conditioning didn't go out again, did it?
No, actually, it's very well ventilated right now. I think I'm going to have a salmon. What do you think?
So what is it?
Huh?
What is wrong with Blake's car?
Well, there's a problem with the window.
Oh, you mean it's in the electrical system?
It's going to be back in a few days. Don't worry about it. I'd maybe fix salad instead.
It's going to take a week just to fix a window?
Windows. And the headlights.
Blake, what are you trying to say?
It had a little accident.
Honey, why didn't you tell me? Were you hurt?
Me? Oh, no, not a scratch.
Now, let me get this straight. All the windows were blown out, and both headlights.
And the hood. The hood took a real beating, too.
And the hood, but you didn't even get a scratch?
Well, actually, I wasn't in the car when it happened. It kind of got pounded to death by a tire iron. Don't worry about the car, Ross. Insurance will cover it.
Let's think about what happened, all right? Tangi comes to you, starts asking all sorts of questions about the Spauldings, which you should never have answered in the first place. Then you go to visit Tangi, right? And somebody takes a tire iron to your car.
It was probably a bunch of kids, Ross. Why are you so alarmed
How do you know
here?
that?
Well, I don't, but I think it's a very big stretch trying to connect this to Tangi.
May not be as big as you think.
What?
I have to call my office right away, but we are not through talking about this, okay?
Darling, are you missing the so-called good old days?
Oh, I don't know, I suppose, but I guess you can miss the good old days without missing all the people in the good old days.
Vanessa, this is really ridiculous.
I beg your pardon?
You know what I'm talking about. You're treating Ross like he's a second-class citizen.
It's neither the time nor the place.
Vanessa, you and Ross have known each other since you were teenagers.
I know him well enough to know he would not want you making a scene.
Oh, what are you going to do? You're going to have me thrown out of here?
Blake, please, dear, don't you think it'd be better if you went back to your own table?
Well, maybe you ought to remind your daughter that she happens to have a child with Ross.
I'm very well aware of that fact. And I have another child. And thanks to Ross, I almost lost him.
Ross is a lawyer. He was just defending Bridget in court.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. You know perfectly well he did more than that. He used our past to try and take my boy away from me. Somehow I find that very hard to forgive.
Well, you certainly seem to have worked things out with Bridget. Why didn't you You should just try to fix things with Ross, too.
I'm sorry. I don't have the time tonight. I'm meeting someone much more important than Ross.
Excuse me.
Thank you.
I heard you just got back from visiting your family's place at Lake Summit. Has it changed very much?
No, it hasn't.
After all these years?
No, it's remained remarkably unspoiled. Unlike things here.
Have you heard from our long-lost daughter?
Dinah? No. Why?
Well, she's fine. She called me yesterday, said, say hi. Hi.
Thank you. For talking to Vanessa, being the first one to...
Oh, that.
Well, didn't it make you feel better?
Frankly, no.
Well, what did she say? What did you say?
It was just small talk, all right? Look, I'm much more interested in what happened to your car.
The insurance is going to cover this, Ross. You don't have to worry about it.
I am not worried about the money, all right? I'm worried about who beat the hell out of your car. I don't know how Tangi can feel safe living way out there all by herself after this happened.
Well, Tangi doesn't know about it.
You didn't tell her?
No, Ross. Tangi had company, and I didn't want to disturb her. Look at that maitre d' over there just bowing and scraping to Vanessa. Why does everybody treat her like she's Queen Elizabeth?
She always has been a very hefty tipper.
How can you possibly joke about her after the way she cut you off?
Because I'm happily married, and Vanessa is sad and lonely, and I feel sorry for her.
Well, I don't. I would just love to discover one chink in her armor and let her know what it's like to have people who used to respect you cut you dead. Oh, hello. A friendly face. I haven't seen one of these for hours.
Why, what's wrong?
Oh, Vanessa gave me the cold shoulder a little while ago, and now Blake wants to go over and challenge her to a fist fight or something.
Well, the woman makes me furious. I mean, she knows that Ross was just doing his job. He was being fair. It was nothing personal. And not only that, everything turned out for the best. But still, she won't cut him any slack.
She's becoming very protective. Doesn't want people to take advantage of my good nature.
Well, you were a lucky man.
I'd be even luckier if you would join us.
Oh, please.
Here you go.
Thanks. Yes, well, I'm supposed to meet Roger, but I suppose I could just step. Oh, I am so sorry. Look what I did to your jacket. Oh,
And
here. You know what I'll get?
What?
I know the best thing for this is some club soda. Let me go to the bar, and I'll be right back.
Okay.
Hold on.
Well, you would not believe how hard it is to find a simple bottle of club soda in this joint.
Evidently. I was about to call out the National Guard, for heaven's sake. Did you have Holly?
I'm just going to feel terrible if I've ruined your jacket.
You haven't ruined it all.
It's fine.
Look, if you promise not to spill it, I'll buy you a drink, all right?
Oh.
That is, if you have time. You said you had to meet Rogers?
Oh, actually, he was here. He got beefed. He had to go back to the station.
All the better. You can join us for dinner, then.
Oh, thanks, but I promised Roger I'd wait for him. He won't be too long. Hey, I think the club soda's done the trick.
I think I'll be just fine. Maybe a little moist. Hope I'm not carrying anything in my pockets that will mildew.
I don't think so.
It's odd.
What is it?
My keys are missing.
His former assets, Mr. Spaulding requires the signatures of the trustees named below. Alexander Spaulding, Vanessa Lewis, and Blake. Oh, Chrissy.
No, maybe you dropped them when you first came in. I did see them. I do know you had them when we got here. Oh, Dad.
Honey, I'm so glad to see you. Hi, Ross.
Roger.
So did you accomplish your mission?
What mission?
Mom said you had a crisis at the station. You were paged.
Oh, yeah. Yes, it is a crisis. The news director's cocked out with the flu. I have to find somebody to manage the 11 o'clock segment, so dinner's out for me.
Uh-huh. Well, it's a good night for bad luck. Ross has misplaced his keys. We can't find them anywhere.
No.
We haven't checked the parking lot. Why don't you two go ahead?
It's a thought.
Oh, maybe.
I'll join you out there.
All right.
Did you read the document?
I wish I hadn't. Guess who one of the trustees is? Our darling daughter.
Why? Why would she be?
I was thinking about it on the way over. I figure it's got to be because she was married to Philip at the time that Alan was convicted. It doesn't matter why. What matters is what he'll do to try to get her to sign over the assets to him.
If he lays a finger on her.
So, question is, what do we do? I mean, she obviously has no idea. Should we tell her?
I can't believe Ross has never told her.
Well, he probably thinks he's protecting her, keeping her in the dark.
When did being kept in the dark ever help anybody? She needs to know how to protect herself. I feel like I opened Pandora's box. I mean, if I hadn't stolen those keys, we wouldn't know anything about this. We wouldn't be standing here being scared to death.
It's what you said. Nobody's ever helped by being kept in the dark. Now, look, I'll be meeting with Alan. I will know a lot more after that. Knowledge is power. The more I find out, the more we'll be able to protect Blake from him.
You think he's going to tell you all his plans?
Well, not at once. So I'll just have to work out some sort of relationship with him.
Just be careful, because you know he blames you. Of anybody, he blames you for going to jail. And Alan does not forget or forgive.
Neither do I. Especially where our daughter's involved. I'll be careful.
Okay.
The keys.
Oh.
Where
you are. Well, I've been out in the patio the past 5 minutes.
Oh, well, we couldn't find the keys, so now Ross is in a bad mood, too. Of course, it doesn't help watching everybody fawn all over Vanessa. You know, she has poisoned her father's mind, too. Did you realize that? Henry Chamberlain barely said hello to you either.
Henry may have been thrown by the fact I was on my hands and knees under the table combing the floor.
Well, I don't understand where your keys are. Oh, please, let's move on to the bar. I really can't stand listening to this noise tonight. That I'm crazy for wanting to work for a detective agency, but I think it could be a lot of fun.
It could also be dangerous.
I don't feel very good about it either, darling.
You two just don't have enough faith in me. I'm made for this kind of work. I'm great at finding things.
Oh, yeah? I'll find my keys.
Okay, I will.
Honey, I'm kidding. Like,
Well, I'm not. Watch my smoke.
What? Why are you looking at me like that?
you all right? Holly, you look a little off.
No, I'm fine. I'm just as concerned about her as you are. Excuse me. Out of my nose. Oh!
What are you doing with my
You
coat?
scared me. I found your keys.
Oh, good. Why didn't you bring them right over to me? And why did you tell me that you were going to the powder room? You know, Holly, it's rather hard not to notice that my keys disappeared shortly after you accidentally dropped a drink on me. I mean, it was an accident, wasn't it?
Do you have any idea who did it? Did you see anyone?
No, I just came back and found it that way. Don't worry about me, Mom. I wasn't hurt. It's probably just a bunch of kids. Look, I'm going to be right back. Both of you, stop worrying.
There you have it, a bunch of kids. Unless you have another idea. So do you have any theories that you'd like to share about the trashing of Blake's car?
Well, I keep wondering who would hate her all that much, and I keep thinking Alan Spaulding.
He's in jail. What makes you think of Alan?
Well, maybe he's sending her a message that he wants something from her when he gets out.
Such as?
Such as his assets, seeing as how she's a trustee and all.
How the hell do you know that? Holly, does Roger know? Never mind, Roger knows.
Why haven't you told her, Ross?
Look, I legally represent the Spauldings. I'm not even allowed to discuss it.
You're not allowed to protect your wife?
I am protecting her by not telling her, and hopefully the Spauldings will solve this amongst themselves, all right? He's going to be in jail for another 2 months. I don't want Blake to get curious about this. You, of all people, know that she's going to turn up at the prison and do something...
Hi. You've been talking about me. What is it?
Hi. Listen, you missed the big announcement in Vanessa's dinner.
Yes, you're getting married.
Oh, shut Now he's got 2 beautiful women.
Thank you. Wonderful. Isn't that wonderful, Mom?
Wonderful. Congratulations.
Listen, I'm going to throw you an engagement party. None of this stuff about it being low-key, because that's not going to happen.
Wait.
I also have a lot of tips and phone numbers to give you regarding the wedding, the reception,
Honey, I think they might
no,
want
it's
to
very
ruin
good.
it.
Just no. Go away. We're going to plan. Really? Yeah.
Give her
All right, well, thanks. Hey, stranger.
How are you?
Oh, where have you been hiding? We haven't seen you for months.
I know. I've been meaning to call and get to some meetings. It's just been, a lot of work at the hospital. I've been buried under and a lot of stuff going on at home. Good stuff. I'm engaged.
Hey, that's great, Ed. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm really happy things are going so well for you. Just don't forget why.
No, I won't.
Another stinger?
I'll call. Take care.
Okay, you too.
It's my sponsor. My AA sponsor. Listen, now that you've got our wedding in hand, I think maybe we ought to go home and sort of rest up for the occasion.
Yes, I would advise
Very
rest.
good idea. That's fine. Make fun of me. But
No,
you're going
no.
to be grateful.
Oh, no.
It's going to be beautiful.
Thanks, Blake.
Thank you.
Okay, congratulations.
Bye.
Bye. Edward, I'll call you tomorrow, all right?
Night.
It's good to see him so happy.
Yeah. You should have been there with your friends when you made that announcement, Ross.
Blake, it was a family gathering, okay?
Whoa, speaking of the opposite camp.
Hi.
You sure you want to be staying with us? Vanessa might banish you.
Blake.
Well,
You know,
down
if it
on
wasn't for you guys, if it wasn't for me, you guys would be there with your family and friends and people and...
When the going gets a little tough, it's good to know who your true friends are. Thanks for stopping by.
Sure. Well, you know... Oh, can I borrow a quarter? Because thanks to you, I got to go call Peter's nanny and see how he's doing. See you guys later.
Say hi to him.
I will.
Okay.
I don't think Roger's ever going to show up.
He's probably tied up at the station.
You can use a telephone. I've seen him do it.
Ross, my father is a very different man since he and my mother got back together again. Love can really change a person.
What do you know about love, Ross?
I apologize. I'm sorry. It's late. I'm a little crabby. Could we give you a lift home?
No, I think I'll stay and wait for him.
Okay.
Okay. Good night.
Good night, sweetie.
Good night.
Ross, you will let me know if Alan tries to contact her in any way.
You do the same for me.
Right.
You really have come off the spool. Why would I ever consider being partners with you?
Because you're smart, Roger. Because no one would suspect it. And because it would succeed. I haven't been able to come up with a better choice than you, Roger, and believe me, I have tried. Even so, it would be the ultimate test of your abilities. You're the only one that can manipulate Alexandra. You have an uncanny way of getting to her. You've done it twice before. Now, that alone won't get you a piece of Spaulding. The board would never accept you. But with me as an ally...
Now, look, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but there's only one problem with this whole line of reasoning, and that is that it's predicated on my trusting you, which would be suicidal. And even if I could, what could you possibly offer me? I know you want the whole company for yourself.
I think there's a price we could both agree upon.
Oh, honey, you waited for me.
Oh, what happened?
It was Alan.
Blake's car was smashed into.
What?
Did he threaten her at all?
No. He didn't threaten anyone. He was more fixated on Alexandra.
What does he want with you?
He wants me to be his partner.
Oh, Roger, don't trust him.
Of course I'm not going to trust him, but Holly, he's still the only route to getting what we want.
Oh, he's so dangerous. Listen, I'm pretty sure Ross thinks he's still in jail. But you know he hasn't told Blake anything. Don't you think we ought to warn her?
Yeah, and we will. But not just yet.